Hi guys, this is yours JK. Today we are going to solve a problem related to design of piston. For that purpose, here I am considering one problem. It is the previous year problem in the year of JNTK R13 April 2018, set number 4, question number third one. So let's see the problem. Design a cast iron piston for 4-stroke IC engine following the specifications. Let's see what are the specifications here. Cylinder bore 120 mm. Second one, stroke length, that is the 150 mm. Maximum gas pressure, that is equal to 5 megapascal. And fourth one, brake mean effective pressure, that is equal to 0.7 MPa megapascals. A fuel consumption, that is equal to, that means it is a mass of fuel, 0.25 kg per hour per kilowatt per hour. A speed equal to 2400 rpm. So this is the given data. To solve this problem, assume any other data necessary for design. So see this sentence, it is the important sentence here, because we are already discussed what are the design processes in design of piston. So it consists of a lot of assumptions. That's why he given some sentence here, maintain, that means assume any other data necessary for the design. So this is the problem. Here what we are required in that problem means the basic concept is we are going to design the cast iron piston for 4-stroke IC engine. So this is the most important content here. So based on that one, we are going to solve this problem. So before that, write down the what is the data provided here. I would like to write data here. The first one is the cylinder bore. So that is indicated by capital D. That is equal to 120 mm. And next one, stroke length. He given stroke length, it is denoted by capital L, that is equal to 150 mm. The next one is the maximum gas pressure, that is the maximum gas pressure, it is denoted by P, that is equal to 5 MPa. We know 1 MPa equal to 1 Newton per mm square, so that's why 5 Newton per mm square. And one more thing is here, so that is the brake mean effective pressure. So it is indicated by P suffix m, mean effective pressure. So that is equal to 0.7 MPa, that is equal to 0.7 Newton per mm square. And finally fuel consumption is here. So that is mass of fuel 0.25 kg per kilowatt per hour. And finally speed is given here. So that is indicated by capital N, that is equal to 2400 rpm. So it is the provided data in the problem. So based on this data, we are going to design a proper piston. So let's see the design process for piston. So we know what are the steps involved in the design of piston. So first one is the thickness of piston head. Piston head. So we know the thickness of piston head is find out with the help of two forms. So first one is the based on the material condition. Based on materials. So based on the materials, what is the form to find out the thickness of piston head? So the T1 equal to root of 3 PD square by 16 STP. So this is the form to find out the thickness of piston head based on the material condition. Here we know D is the diameter of the bore or cylinder diameter, and P is the maximum pressure. It is also provided in the given data. And next one, we doesn't know what is the STP. We already discussed what is the STP. STP is the allowable tensile stress in the piston based on that material. So it is the assumed value. So for that value, we are going to prefer the design data book. So this design of piston also consists of in the 13th chapter. So go to the 13th chapter. So this is the 13th chapter, concept of design of piston. See this one, STP equal to 35 to 40 Newton per mm square for CI, cast iron materials, or in case of cast steel materials we are considered 60 to 100 mm, or otherwise in case of aluminum alloy we are preferred to 50 to 90 Newton per mm square. So these are the values for different type of materials. In this given problem, he mentioned design the cast iron piston. So that's why we are prefer the cast iron material, allowable tensile stress here. So that is the between the range of 35 to 40. So consider that value. STP equal to 35 to 40 Newton per mm square. So between the 35 to 40, that's your wish. What you are consider, that's your choice. So I would like to consider the maximum value of 40. So substitute those values, we get the thickness of piston head here. So T1 equal to root of 3 into, so P maximum gas pressure, that is equal to 5 into D square, that means the diameter of the cylinder bore. So 120 whole square divided by 16 into what is the STP here, that is the 40. So by simplifying this one, we get the T1, that is equal to approximately 18.32 mm. So this is about the value of thickness of material, thickness of piston head based on the material condition. And next step is, that means here we have now one more form to find out the thickness of piston head based on the how much amount of heat dissipation. So go to that one. I think it's clear maybe. So go to the next one. So based on the amount of heat dissipation, so T1 equal to, 1000 into H into H divided by 12.56 into K into Tc minus T. So this is the form based on the heat dissipation, how we are going to find out the thickness of piston head. If you not remember this formula, you don't worry about that. Go to the design data book. So this is the form to find out the thickness of piston head based on the heat dissipation condition. So let's see that one. Here H indicates the heat flow, that H equal to 0.05 into M into CV into PB. So this is the form. Here already given CV is the calorific value. Sorry, we doesn't know what is the calorific value for that given proper fuel. And next one, M is the mass of fuel. It is given in the, that means it is provided in the given data, that is equal to 0.25. Here we doesn't know what is the CV and what is the PB. So PB is the brake pressure, sorry, brake power. So how we get the brake power? Generally we know efficiency of mechanical, that is equal to brake power by indicated power. So here we know the indicated power. It is easy to find out the brake power. Generally we know in case of diesel engines, the efficiency range between the 0.8 to 0.9 condition. So here we know this value, and when we know the indicated power, it is easy to find out the brake power. So let's see, we know what is the indicated power. PM into L into A into N by 60 into 1000 into 1000. These thousands are unit conversion for stroke length and as well as the area condition. So let's see that one. Here we know PM, a mean effective pressure between the range of mean effective pressure 0.7 MPa. And next, how we get the area? So that area equal to, we know, shape of the piston head, it is in the circular condition, so that's why pi by 4 d square, 3.14 by 4. What is the d here? 120 whole square. So by simplifying this one, the area equal to 11304 mm square. So this is the area. And next one, how we get the N? Sorry, N equal to capital N by 2. Why? Because it is the 4-stroke engine. So that's why when we required N, by doing this we get the small n. So that's why that is equal to, here capital N equal to 2400 divided by 2. Ultimately small n equal to 1200 RPM. So let's see. Here we know stroke length, that is equal to 150 mm, and area we are already derived here. And next we know what is the N. By substituting these values, we get the indicated power. So PM is the 0.7 into, what is the stroke length? 150 into, what is the area? 11304 into N equal to 1200 divided by 60 into 1000 into 1000. It is the unit conversion. By doing that one, 0.7 into 0.15 into, it is also for area unit conversion. We get 11.304 here into 1200 whole divided by 60. So by simplifying this one, we get the PI equal to 23.8 kilowatts. So this is the PI. Here we know PI. When we are going to substitute this value in the efficiency condition, we get the, what is the brake power here. So let's see that one. So now efficiency equal to brake power by indicated power. Here we know indicated power and as well as the efficiency. Here I am consider 0.9 into. So from this one, PV equal to efficiency into PI, indicated power. So 0.9 into, what is the indicated power here? 23.738. That is equal to PV. So by simplifying this one, we get the what is the value of brake power. The brake power value is PB equal to 9 kilowatts. So let's see. Here we know brake power value, and when by substituting this brake power value, we get the heat flow condition here. So go to the that one. So H equal to 0.05 into what is the M here? So mass of fuel 0.25 into, we doesn't know what is the CV. In this given problem, we know it is the diesel engine. So for that diesel engine, the calorific value is here 44 into 10 to the power of 3 kilojoule per kg. So consider that value. So 44 into 10 to the power of 3. Here we know what is the PV. The PV equal to 18.9. By simplifying this one, here we get the heat flow value. So that is equal to 10395 kilowatts. By substituting this value in the above equation, we get the what is the thickness of piston head based on the heat dissipation. So ultimately, so T1 equal to 1000 into what is the H here? 10395 divided by 12.56 into, here we doesn't know what is the K. So prefer the design data book. Here the K for cast iron material 46.6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kilowatt per meter per centigrade. Substitute this value in the K condition. And next one, here we doesn't know what is the TC minus TE. Prefer the design data book. This one value also here. TC minus TE equal to 220 degrees centigrade for cast iron materials. So substitute this value. Ultimately, K equal to 46.6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 220. So 10 to the power of minus 3, this 1000 is simplified here. So by simplifying this one, we get the T1 value here, so 0.08 meters. This is about the heat dissipation condition, the thickness of piston head. Here,
for further steps, so which value of thickness of piston head is considered? If you find out the problem, in that problem only material condition is provided, that means a cast iron material is given. We doesn't know any condition for heat dissipation. So that's why we are consider based on the material condition of the thickness to solve the remaining steps.
Next step is thickness of piston ribs. It is the second step here. So it is denoted by T2. The T2 equal to 0.32 0.5 times of T1. Here we are already derived a T1. So the T1 equal to 18.32 approximately. So fulfill this value for proper design. I would like to consider T1 equal to 90 mm. So substitute this T1 here. We get the what is the T2 value. So that's why I am considering here it is the maximum value T2 equal to 0.5 into 19 mm. So ultimately we get the value of T2. The T2 equal to 9.5 mm. So this is about the thickness of piston ribs and go to the next step, that is the third step here, radial thickness of piston rings. It is denoted by T3. The T3 equal to D into root of 3 PC by SBF. So see this one. Here we know what is the D, that is the cylinder bow or maybe diameter of the cylinder, that is equal to 120 mm. Here we doesn't know what is the PC. That PC is the standard value, that PC equal to 0.0252 0.042 Newton per mm square. It is the standard value. And next one, we doesn't know what is the SBR, that is the bending pressure. So for that purpose, we prefer the design data book, that SBR equal to 84 to 112 Newton per mm square for alloy and cast iron materials. So consider this value, that SBR equal to 84 to 112 Newton per mm square. So by substituting all values here, we get the T3. The T3 equal to 120 into root of 3 into, and consider PC is the maximum value, that's your wish, between the 0.0252 to 0.042 value. That range, it's your wish between that range. So I am considering that value here 0.042 divided by 112. Here I am considering the maximum value of SBR. So by simplifying this one, the T3 equal to 4.2 mm. This is about the radial thickness of the piston rings. This is about the third step. Go to the next step. That is the fourth step here. That is axial thickness of piston rings. So it is denoted by T4. The T4 equal to 0.72 1 times of T3. This is the T3. So by substituting T3 value, we get the T4. Here T3 we know, we are already derived in the last step, 4.2 mm. So the T4 I am considering here the maximum value, 1 into 4.2, that is equal to 4.2 mm. This is about the T4. And go to the next step, that is the fifth step here. Radial depth of ring groove. So it is denoted by small b. So that is equal to T3 plus 0.4 mm. Here we know what is the T3. By substituting the T3 we get the B value, 4.2 plus 0.4, that is equal to 4.6 mm. This is about the radial depth of ring groove. So go to the next step. That is the sixth step. Thickness of barrel at top end of the piston So it is denoted by T5. So how we get the T5? 0.03 times of D plus 4.5 plus B. This is the form. Here we know D is the bore diameter and B value we are already derived in the last step. By substituting those values, 0.03 into 120 plus 4.5 plus 4.6. So ultimately, simplifying that one, we get the T5 equal to 12.7 mm. So this is about the T5. Go to the next step. That is the thickness of barrel at the open end of the piston. Open end of the piston, that is denoted by T6. The T6 equal to 0.25 to 0.35 into T5. Here we know what is the T5 value. By substituting that one, the T6 is equal to, I am considering the maximum value, 0.35 into what is the T5 here? 12.7. T6 4.5 mm. So this is about the thickness of barrel at the open end and as well as the top end of the piston. Go to the next step. Length of the skrit. LS equal to pi into mu into dP by 4 PS. So let's see that one. Mu is the, we are already defined that the coefficient of friction between the cylinder liner and as well as the skrit, and D is the diameter of the piston or maybe bore diameter of the cylinder. P is the maximum gas pressure. PS is the side thrust pressure. So here we doesn't know what is the side thrust pressure and what is the value of coefficient of friction. For that values, go to the design data book. We find out here mu is the 0.1 value and as well as PS is the 0.4 Newton per mm square for high speed engines. So it is a 4-stroke engine, so that's why PS is the 0.4 Newton per mm square and as well as mu equal to 0.1. These are the values considered from the design data book. So let's substitute the remaining values here. We get 3.14 into 0.1 into, here D is the 120 and P is the maximum pressure, that is the 5, divided by 4 into PS is the 0.4. By simplifying this one, that length of the skrit here 117.75 mm. So this is about the length of the skrit here. Go to the next step. That is the 9th step. Length of the ring section. That length of the ring section, it is denoted by L suffix R. So how we got this one? T4 into x1 plus 0.8 into x2. This is the form to find out the length of the ring section. Here we already know what is the value of T4. So what about x1 and x2? Here that x1 and x2 are the, x1 indicates the how many rings we are preferred in that piston and x2 indicates the how many lands, that means what are the spaces occupied by the piston rings. So that x1 equal to, I prefer 4, that means 2 oil rings and 2 compression rings, and the length of, the number of lands here are consider 4. So let's substitute these values here. To 4.2, x1 is 4 plus 0.8 into 4. So by simplifying this one, approximately the 20 mm. So this is about the length of ring section. Go to the next step, that is what is the length of the piston. It is the 10th step here. Length of the piston is denoted by LP. So that is equal to, we know LS plus LR plus LT. That LT is the top line of the piston. That LT, that is equal to T1. We know what is the LS and what is the LR. So by substituting these values, 117.75 plus LR equal to 20 mm, LT equal to T1. So that's why I am considering it is the 19. By simplifying this one, 156.75 mm. So this is about the length of the piston. In other form, so that LP equal to capital D or 1.5 times of D. With the help of this form also we get the length of the piston. So that LP equal to 1.5 into 120. By simplifying, we get the value 180 mm. So for that proper design, we prefer the length of the piston, this value. So this is about the length of the piston. Go to the next step. That is the final step here. Diameter of the piston pin. Piston pin. So it is denoted by small d1, that is equal to Fg by Pb into small l1. That l1 is the length of the piston pin. So that is equal to, here we already discussed Fg is the gas force. So how we get this, pi by 4 d square into P. Here we know what is the P, maximum gas pressure, and D is the diameter of the, pi by 4 into 120 whole square into 5. Fg equal to 56250 newtons. And next P, how we get the L1? L1 equal to D1 or 1.5 times of D1. So by substituting these values, the D1 equal to, what is the Fg? 56250 divided by, here we don't know what is the PB. That PB is the bearing pressure here. So how we get that PB here? For that PB, we are going to prefer the connecting guard design. In that condition, we are going to design small end and big end of the connecting guard. In that condition, PB equal to 12.5 to 15.4. So that's why I am considering the PB value here. 12.5 to 15.4 Newton per mm square. So I am considering the maximum value here. So 15.4 into 1.5 times of D1. By simplifying this one, we get the diameter of the piston pin. So see that one. So the D1 into 23.1 times of D1, that is equal to 56250. Ultimately 23.1 D1 square equal to 56250. So D1 square equal to 56250 divided by 23.1. So finally, so D1 equal to root of 56250 divided by 23.1. So by simplifying this one, we get the D1 equal to 49.34 mm. So this is about the diameter of piston pin. So based on that one, we know length of the piston pin L1 equal to 1.5 times of small d1. So that's why L1 equal to 1.5 into 49.34 mm, 74 mm. So these are the proper values for given problem to design a suitable piston for 4-stroke engine. So with the help of values, I will draw one piston diagram for what we are find out in the design point of view in this problem. So see that one. It's a rough diagram. So this is about that diagram for piston for simple way. So let's see that one. Here we know what is the diameter of the piston. It is given in the given data. So this is about the diameter of the piston. The D equal to 120 mm. Next we have find out the thickness of the piston head. The T1 equal to 19 mm. So that means this is called the thickness of piston head T1. It is equal to 19 mm. After that we have find out the thickness of ribs. The T2 equal to 9.5 mm. It is the thickness of ribs. The T2 that is equal to 9.5 mm. And next we have find out the T3, the radial thickness of the, it is the T3, the radial thickness of the piston rings, that is 4.2 mm, 4.2 mm. And after that the axial thickness of the piston rings. So this is about the T4, that is the axial thickness of piston rings. The T4 equal to, here also the value also 4.2 mm. And next one we will find out the B, that is the depth of, this is the depth of ring groove. The depth of ring groove here 4.6 mm. And T5 12.7 mm here. What is the T5 here? The thickness of barrel at top line. Thickness of barrel, this is the T5, thickness of barrel here. And T6 is the thickness of barrel at edge of the thickness of barrel at open end condition. This is about T6. We get the T6 at 4.4. And after that, if you find out this one, it is called the length of the skirt LS, and this is called the length of the ring section LR, and it is denoted length of the top line. So here length of the skirt equal to 117.75 mm, and length of the ring section, we get the length of the ring section, that is equal to 20 mm. And we know LT equal to T1 because what is the length of the top line, that is equal to T1, that is equal to 19 mm here. Okay, and after that we are find out some more values here, that is the total length of the piston of 56.75 mm. And after that we'll find out what is the diameter of the piston pin. It is the D1 for diameter of the piston pin. The D1 equal to 49.4 mm approximately we get in the problem. With the help of this one, what is the length of the piston pin? That means this is called the length of the piston pin. So that value equal to 74 mm. So this is the problem in the given condition. So this is about the design of piston based on the given condition and based on the given specifications. When we design a proper suitable piston, it is the mandatory we get the proper values to design a suitable piston. Do practice much more problems to get the more knowledge related to a design of piston point of view. Thank you.